a couple more come in here and sit down. Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Kevin Moore. I'm the training coordinator here over the utilities department. To our graduates, to your families, your friends, and to everyone who has supported you over the past 15 weeks, thank you for being here to celebrate this milestone. Today marks the end of a 15-week journey that very few people truly understand. In this academy, you didn't just learn the basics of line work, you learn what it means to step into a trade built on commitment, grit, and trust. You learn to climb, you learn to troubleshoot, to work as a crew, and to push through challenges that tested both your mind and your body. And you showed up day after day, except for the occasional text messages of having a sore throat, but y'all discuss that later. And you came with the determination to be better than you were the day before. So I appreciate you all for that. To the families and loved ones here today, we want to thank you as well. Your support, whether it was encouragement, patience, or simply believing in these students, played a huge part in getting them to this moment. Line work isn't just a job, it's a lifestyle. And that lifestyle begins with strong support at home. To our graduates, you should be proud. What you're stepping into is more than a career, it's a responsibility. When storms roll in and lights go out, communities will depend on people like you. They'll depend on your skills, your training, your teamwork, and your courage. And while you're just beginning your journey, these past 15 weeks have laid the foundation for everything that comes next. As you move forward, remember the lessons you learned here: humility, safety, discipline, and looking out for the person next to you. These aren't just classroom values, they're what keep Lyman alive and what make this brotherhood strong. So today we celebrate your hard work, your determination, and the bright future ahead of you. We're proud of each and every one of you, and we're honored to welcome your families who helped make this moment possible. Congratulations to our graduates. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for making the journey to come here today to celebrate this with us and being here to witness the beginning of their lineman careers. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Tate Shaw up, and if you would like to join us for a prayer, he's going to lead us in a prayer.
Please bow your heads. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lord, lead me and my brothers where you call us, and remind us that we live for you. Lord, we thank you for the blessing of brotherhood, for the bond we've built, the strength we've shared, and the memories that we'll never leave us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Because, Lord, the world is harsh, and we thank you for every amazing opportunity to be in this class, which has taught us not only lessons, but skills, and for the legacy we now carry. Thank you to all the amazing instructors, their patience, wisdom, and their unwavering dedication, Lord. I pray we strive to be like them in the world and follow your footsteps to be more like you, Lord. Ready to serve and lead with the purpose you gave each and every one of us, for you, Lord. As we prepare our separate ways, we pray safe travels to all my brothers, wherever the road may lead us. May you guide us, Lord. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. At this time, I'd like to bring up Jason Jackson.
I know who started that, and I might know your boss. Just saying. Good afternoon. My name is Jason Jackson. I'm the Associate Division Director here for the Infrastructure Training Safety Institute here at TEEX, and we're the host division for this Line Worker Academy. And so I'm filling in today for Chris Gable, our Division Director, who's traveling on business, couldn't make it back here in time. He's watching online, so I'll try not to mess this up, so I still have a job at the end of the day. But I look back here in this corner and see all the big wigs back there, so they're probably back here to keep me in line. So we'll make it through this together. So honestly, thank you for being here today. It's an honor and a privilege to have each and every one of you here today to help us celebrate these graduates today and to help start their career. And so it's been a long 15 weeks, been through a lot together. Yeah, from day one, when Chris and I came in and speak with you till today, right? Been a lot. But here's some things I'll tell you about this group. This group is one of a kind. So every time I talk to this instructional staff and ask them how are things going, and here's the type of things I get back about each and every one of you. This is the best group we've ever had. This group came together quicker than anybody else, like a family, and treat each other as such. Hold each other accountable, challenge each other, and most importantly, you're challenged each and every one of these instructors every day because you're getting through the curriculum so fast and picking up on it and excelling so fast and so great, you're challenging them, which is great for us to see. And that tells us we're doing the right things, and that you all are taking this serious and want to get in the industry and do the right thing. So thank you for that. Can't say that enough. Thank you for challenging them and challenging us every day to be better. Not only yourselves, but challenging us. It's not often we get to say that about a group such as yourselves. So with that being said, on behalf of Chris Gable, our division director, and all of us at TEEX, congratulations. You earned this today. Let's talk a little bit about how you got here today. I know, oh boy, right? Let's talk about how you got here today. You didn't get here on your own. First and foremost, look around the room. You 24 gentlemen, look around the room. All your friends, your family, your loved ones that have supported you to be here today are still here to support you. Never forget that, right? That's who got you here today. But along the way, since you've been here for 15 weeks, some other staff members that have helped you out along the way. Some people that you haven't even met yet that are standing in the back of this room. I can start all the way from the big wigs, like I said a minute ago, back there in the back of that room. That's so important what we're doing here today. You have our executive leadership staff from our headquarters, from our agency level here today. David Coatney, Tony Kreitz, Tracy Foster, Ron Petty. All those folks are back there in the room. Those are folks you've never met, but those are folks that are invested into you each and every day while you've been here and will continue to be as you move forward, as you come back through the rest of your training. But then there's also folks that are headquarters staff, financial services, student services, right? All those people there that are doing things behind the scenes that you don't know that they're doing. Within the program, within the division, you have staff that are helping you. Curriculum staff that help write the curriculum that you saw each and every day. Marketing, that's out there marketing for you, that continues to market for you. It did the video we're gonna watch today. Been taking photos of you, bragging about you on social media and all that other good stuff, right? Customer care, people help you get registered. People help process the paperwork, get you your hours, get you your certificates today. There's a lot of people, business office, all these people that we have within our division that have helped you get here that you don't know, all right? So I'll ask for the 24 of you all, if all those people that helped get you here today, how about a round of applause for them? I can't say enough. Day one, when Chris and I went to speak to them, we talked about a lot of different things, didn't we? What was the one thing we talked the most to you about? Safety, right? Each and every day. Not only watching out for yourself, but watching out for the people around you. See something unsafe, you say something. Continue that in your career. The other thing we talked to you about was integrity, doing the right thing, protecting that brand that you were wearing, representing us while you were here. And although you're leaving here today, you still need to protect that brand for whoever's brand you wear next. So as you get out in the industry, don't forget, that means something. That should mean something to you. That's what's providing for you and your family. That's what's helping you in your job and your career. So keep those things in mind. Never forget those little things that you've learned along the way in the last 15 weeks. It's not just about climbing that pole. It's about all the other things when you're not on that pole, right? We've had a lot of talks about that, haven't we? Please don't forget that. One last time, I'd like to say congratulations. We're excited for y'all. Can't wait to see where your careers go. Know we're always here for you and to help you. All right? How about one more applause for these 24 gentlemen, please? So as we move forward, I'm going to introduce Will Stokes. He's training manager for the electric power program for the Line Worker Academy Utilities program. And let him introduce his team and introduce our guest speaker for the day. Thank you.
Good morning. How is everybody? Actually, afternoon. See, that's how much y'all got me messed up today, right? Nothing new, right? So, as Jason said, thank you, family and friends, for being here with us. This is a very big day, isn't it? Come a long ways from day one. We've been blessed to watch you grow, see the things that you've gone through, see you persevere. As Jason said, though, you got a little help along the way, right? As you all met earlier, our training coordinator, Kevin Moore. One of our instructors, Mr. David Richardson. The person who helps us the most and keeps the glue together and makes all this happen and stuff, Miss Lori Ramsey. I'd like to also say thank you to an instructor who's actually in class teaching right now, teaching an OSHA class for us at the hangar where we'll all meet up later, Kenny Lehman. To everyone in the back and to our family members who had a part in this, you know who you are. We thank you. So with this class, we were talking about who would we get as a guest speaker. And we went through a few people, and then it just kind of dawned on us. Recently, I took over as training manager in October. But prior to that, we had a gentleman, Mr. Lynn Genesett. Lynn has given 20 years to TEEX. He has taught countless individuals. He has traveled God knows how many miles and done an incredible job for the entire agency and the state of Texas, and had an effect on more people than I can imagine. Prior to that, Lynn gave service to this industry with College Station Utilities, retired from there, and decided, I want to go give something back. And he came here. You guys are the last guys that are going to get to be a part of that. And that is something, again, that is super special. So as we talked about who would we get to speak for you fellas, there's no better choice, right? So knowing him and everything, I'd like to introduce your guest speaker, Mr. Lynn Genesett.
Let me mess everybody else's stuff up here. Thank you all for being here today. It's a pretty special day. Today marks a special point in our electric power program history as we join to celebrate the accomplishments of the TEEX Line Worker Academy Class 24. This is y'all's next step towards establishing a career in the power industry. I'm excited for y'all because I know things about your future that you may not even know yet. And it's all coming. It's going to be really cool. And I'm very, very happy for y'all. I started my line work career as a grunt in 1983 at College Station Utilities. I made ice water, I dug holes, I cleaned trucks, I stocked trucks, I made more ice water and cleaned more trucks and made more ice water, and wondered when I get my chance to actually do some line work. You guys went through that at the beginning, right? When are we going to get on a pole? What I didn't know at the time was that College Station utilized TEEX for safety meetings and training, and always enjoyed the monthly meetings when TEEX experts would come in and teach us how to do something better or teach us some tricks and some technical information always really enjoyed that part of it. And I didn't know at the time how much effect TEEX was actually going to have on my career. At the time, TEEX was responsible for over 80 cooperatives and municipal utilities across the state. I started working on the TEEX training module notebooks and exams in my first year as part of the program. In 1985, I came out here and started my apprenticeship training on site here at the TEEX Riverside campus, some of you may be familiar with. And I met the director of the electric power program at the time, Mr. Jesse Watson. Wave, everybody, Jesse. Jesse's here joining us today. Jesse worked for TEEX for 26 years. He was here from 73 to 99. In 82, he received the Distinguished Service Award, and in 1998, he received the Regents Fellow Award. And I'm very honored to have him sitting here with us today for more than one reason. Oh, that's coming. I'll share that with you in a minute. But thank you, Jesse. Always loved coming to class at TEEX. It was always a challenge. I was one of those weird guys that wanted to sit on the front row so I didn't miss anything. I enjoyed learning the latest and greatest from the best line workers and trainers in the state. I say line workers because there was a mix of students from all over the state, and I learned as much from the students, the other students, as I did while I was in class, learning from the instructors as well. So I ended up completing TEEX levels program in '88, earned my DOL journeyman classification, and I still made lots of ice water, dug holes, cleaning stock trucks, and wondered when I'd get my chance to run a crew. A foreman spot came to me in '90, and I was invited to guest instruct at the TEEX Electric Power annual school that they ran. So it was an annual school, bring people in as guest instructors, and I got invited to be one of those, and it was quite an honor at the time. It was very humbling to be asked to come do that because of the esteem that I held for TEEX at the time. I was able to learn how to coach and lead crews while conducting training, and I was able to guest instruct for 10 years and then passed it along to other future leaders in our group. And so that's where I really caught that training bug, and it grabbed hold of me there, and it never left. I went back to work, obviously, and then in '93, I earned a supervisor position, allowing me to serve College Station community in a greater capacity. Through A&M courses again, taught me how to properly supervise, manage, and lead people. TEEX also taught me how to develop and implement skill development plan for line workers at CSU that is still in place today. So that's pretty cool. And again, coming from TEEX, all of that information and being able to take it and apply it and have some success was extremely important. In 1996, I was able to participate in the inaugural Texas Lineman Rodeo competition, started by TEEX, held in San Antonio, and gained experience there. Worked through as judge and master judge and advisory committee, all that kind of stuff. And then actually went on to international event in Kansas City, and that was all because of TEEX. In '99, when the bonfire collapsed, our crews were on site to assist with pole removal, which resulted in the opportunity to join our critical incident stress management team. In 2003, that team responded to the Columbia Shuttle disaster for defusing and debriefing of search crews consisting of NASA, A&M Forest Service, Coast Guard, FBI, state and local law enforcement, and personnel. So all of the things that I had learned were coming in to apply at a lot higher level than I ever thought they would be. In 2005, I retired from College Station and joined TEEX in order to make a more significant impact on safety and training across Texas. Felt like these guys had it going on as far as making sure that you have a good reach and you could really help a lot of people. One of my first students was Jesse Watson's grandson, Stephen Sutphin. Stephen, say hi. Stephen was here from 2005 to 2017. Overall, he completed 558 hours of safety and vocational training, the same thing that I had come up and done. So we were able to pass that forward, and wasn't too painful, right? That's good. He's a previous line worker, now lease operator for Woodbine, overseeing company power line systems, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you. I got digging in the numbers, and our number system, or our accounting system here with the Power BI is pretty incredible. And I did some history and found out that I had taught almost 1,200 classes and thousands of students. And the more I taught, the more I learned. And then I got to the point where I finally knew it all. And my wife says, "Yeah, sure, Glenn, that's great." So, you know how you're at work and you sit around and you're talking about, man, if I was running this place, you know what I would do? I had that opportunity, and it's pretty scary. I received the opportunity to put my money where my mouth was, so to speak, and the term "be careful what you wish for" definitely applied in that situation. And so we were able to do that, and we fast tracked that. And Ron and Tony and you guys, all the guys that they're talking about in the back, supported us and said, "Okay, here we go." We did all this, and we had 2 students, and it was pretty scary. But long story short, it was. I looked at the numbers the other day. We have now graduated with you guys here 335 students through the Academy program, and I'm really proud of that. And 335 sounds like a lot, but each one of these graduating students, the 355, represents about 1 million people in the US. So one of y'all per million people in the US, and only one of you is the son of Stephen Sutphin and the great grandson of Jesse Watson. And that's Joshua Sutphin. Wave to the crowd. Today, he successfully completed 480 hours and got his launch in his TEACS experience. And so I would like to ask you guys, for these generations of people involved in TEACS line work, Jesse, could you please stand up? Stephen and Josh, would you guys please stand up and catch a round of applause for your service? Thank you, guys. I told you it's a big day today. So this year, I announced my intent to retire from TEACS. After 27 years of involvement with the Texas Lineman Rodeo, where I retired as vice chair of the executive board of directors. Ooh. What that means is my last responsibility in that position was to make sure that the whole event had plenty of ice water and porta potties. So stay humble. The bottom line is all of us are here now because of somebody else. Nobody's here all by themselves. Every one of us counts on somebody else or a multitude of people for our needs and our growth and our quality of life. Each one of you have people that support and inspire and support you. Do your best for them. Do the best you can for everybody that invests in you. There's only one person who has experienced this whole journey with me. She's the reason I'm here now. My love, my best friend, my soul, my wife Linda, sitting over here on the corner. Thank you, Linda. And she knows more about everything going on here than you would think she does. Words can't express how much you mean to me. Thank you for being here today. So I followed the footsteps of instructional experts and team members that have come before me. And I know Jason ran down the list, but I had some pretty good relationships with people that work in HR and people that help us hire the best instructors that we can get, and student services that take care of those things, veteran services, administration, business office, marketing, curriculum, customer care, and all the. I've shortened your stuff up there, Jason. Thank you for covering, but y'all just don't understand how much it takes to make this stuff work. Treat that with respect as you go out there and pay it forward and be a part of something else and pay it forward for somebody else. This whole team allows our instructors to do what they do best, and they are the best. There's a lot of growth going on at Teaks right now. There's a change in the air. Things are changing up. We got new groundbreaking coming up here real quick on a new public service training center where we've got all new training field and facilities. This group has been tearing down some of the older facilities that were here when I came to work out here. And there might have been a crossarm out there with a Genesec tapped in the top of it with a screwdriver somewhere or something too. I don't know if you guys came across that, but maybe it's already rotten. It's been a little while, but they challenged me to climb my last pole this week with them, but it didn't happen. So I'm driving by the training yards and I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm picturing all of these people that I've met along the way, thousands of people that have contributed to me, and I've helped with them, and it's all part of that same group, feeding everybody forward, knowing that I was part of something bigger than just myself, right? And it's been it's been bittersweet to be able to leave, but it's also I'm really looking forward to it as well. I've seen major changes just in the last few weeks, and I want you guys to understand that you are part of all of this change. You left your mark for the next people that are coming along behind you, and keep doing that. Don't ever stop doing that. So here's my challenge to y'all. You're part of the same team I have been part of and will continue to be. I'll be a Teakser for life. You're now part of that same team. When you show up anywhere to do anything, give it the best you got. No matter who's watching, especially when nobody's watching, give it the best you got. These guys have already taught you how to be safe and watch out your fingers and toes. Still got all mine. It's possible. You can do it, man. Volunteer for the jobs that no one else wants to do, because it'll build your character. It'll set the example for other people, and you will never, ever know where that's going to lead you to. You will never know. You represent all that have come before you, maintain that respect, and know at this moment that you belong to something larger than yourselves. Teaks has been a cornerstone in my professional and personal life. It's yours now. What you do from here is up to you. Thanks for letting me and Teaks be a part of your future.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, especially these guys up here, right? So at this time, we're going to go ahead and start with our commencement and our passing out of the certificates. There will be an opportunity at the end of the event for family members to come up and take photos as well and stuff. We're going to have the backdrop up and everything. So after everything is completed, please feel free to come up and take your photos. So at this time, the graduating class of 24 for Teeks Line Worker Academy, Mr. Britton Bella. Mr. Juan Brito. Mr. Tuff Cantu. Mr. Jack Cave. Mr. Logan Frank. Mr. Daniel Guerrero. Mr. Corey Higgins. Mr. J.C. Howell. Mr. Logan Mason. Mr. Michael Molina. That kind of gives you an idea of what the academy was like the entire 15. Mr. Gavin Moneypenny. Mr. Jonathan Murine. Mr. Alexis Parada. Mr. Emmanuel Rea. Mr. Philip Reyes. Smile, man. Mr. Damian Sanchez. Mr. Samuel Schrieffer. Mr. Jared Sharp. Mr. Anthony Tate Shaw. Mr. Raleigh Solis. Mr. Jeremiah Spiegel. Your whole family's like, wow, we just got a pay raise. Mr. Joshua Sutphin. Mr. Hayden Sider. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. No. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel Tomsovic. Ladies and gentlemen, with Daniel coming around, the graduating class 24. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to try and let the wheels stay on the bus. All right, my turn. All right, they off? All right. All right, so something that I wanted you to notice was whenever you take a look at your diploma, all right, along with that diploma, you're going to have a Teeks Line Worker Academy Challenge coin. All right, there's special meaning behind that. What that tells you is you are now part of something bigger. You're a part of something, of people who have come before you, people that are going to come after you. Challenge coins tend to date back to the times of the Roman Empire, King Louis XIV. There's several stories for you veterans and stuff from World War I, World War II, Vietnam, etc., and carrying over. They signify that membership of belonging to a unit, belonging to a brotherhood, belonging to a team, being on a crew, right? All the things that we've talked about for 15 weeks. Today, there's a lot of different organizations who recognize these challenge coins, especially in the first responder agencies. All of them have coins that are given to their members for accomplishing something. You have accomplished something in this 15 weeks. Many are traded and presented as a token of appreciation. But again, it goes back to that simple thing of being a part of something. During medieval times, it was believed with a coin that if you were a representative of a king or a kingdom, if you presented this to someone and they gave you aid or help, they were in debt, or the kingdom was indebted to them, because everybody realized, again, you are part of something, right? So when did that start for you all? Day one. So guys, as I look around and I watch you, know that every face in here, I want you to take a moment, turn around, and look at the people that are here to support you. We have all watched you grow in 15 weeks. Everyone you see here, including me, has watched you, and I mean grow. When you showed up on day one, some of y'all were unsure, some of you were nervous, some of you were hoping that you made the right choice, but every single one showed up with something that the world needs of more now than ever. You showed up with heart. And that's what got you here today. I've seen you out in the yard. I've watched you in the heat. I've seen you in the rain. I've seen your hands torn up. I've seen you tired, frustrated, upset, angry with one another, confused, but always pushing, always staying on the job and doing what? The right thing. And whenever I saw that, I realized this class is something special. We're creating good linemen. But what's more important than that, I watched people become good men. I've seen you step up for each other. I've seen you encourage the guy next to you who's struggling. I've seen you be accountable for yourself. Admit when you didn't know something and you worked to learn that. I've seen you take pride in the things that you do and doing them the right way, not the easy way. Those moments tell me more about your future than any test or any assessment that we could ever give you. When you're going on into your career, you're going to fall into this and you're going to realize people depend on you, as Lynn and Jason were saying earlier, not just for power, but for reliability, honesty, and courage. When the storm hits about 2 a.m. in the morning, you're the ones that are going to be out there. Y'all are the ones that are going to bring the light back to the world and the life back to it as well. And trust me, people never forget the ones who show up. But before you're a lineman, you're a man. And I want you to be good ones. I want you to be the man who keeps his word, the man who does the right thing even when nobody's watching, the one who takes care of his family, takes pride in his work, and treats people the way you want to be treated. Your character will carry you further than any tool in a belt or any skill that you have learned here. Now, I want you to go out and prove what we already know, that you can lead, you can serve, you can make people proud, including yourselves, because you've earned it. I'm proud of you. I'm truly proud of you. I'm grateful to have even been a small, tiny part in your journey in the future, because I know it's all going to be bright for you guys. Thank y'all for letting me be a part of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. Usually this is the part where we conclude our ceremony, but if you will indulge us for just a few more moments. As we said earlier, today is a very special day. And so at this particular point in time, I'd like to invite Lori Ramsey up to say a few words.
All right, y'all bear with me. So as Will said, today is a very special day, not just because we are celebrating the accomplishments of Class 24, but we're also celebrating the backbone of the electric power program. Our training manager, Lynn Jenisic. For 20 years, Lynn has dedicated himself to shaping the next generation of line workers. His commitment, his patience, and his passion for teaching have left an undeniable mark not only for the program, but for the hundreds of men and women who now proudly serve in the field because of his guidance. Over the years, Lynn has trained 335 pre-apprentices, each one leaving this academy with the skills, the discipline, and the confidence to do one of the toughest but most essential jobs out there. But more than that, he's taught what it means to do the job with integrity, pride, and safety. Class 24, you hold a very special place in this academy's history, as you are his final graduating class and the ones that get to close this chapter of a truly remarkable career. And I know each one of you will carry a piece of his teaching with you into your careers, whether it be a lesson learned on the whiteboard through one of his drawings or one of his trademark sayings that will stick with you for life. Lynn, your leadership has elevated this program, your dedication has strengthened the profession, and your commitment to every student who has walked through the hangar doors will continue to shape this academy for years to come. On behalf of your amazing team, your colleagues, your students, and your final graduating class, we thank you for your years of service and leadership. It is a privilege to present you with a certificate of achievement in recognition of your outstanding contributions and unwavering dedication to training the line workers of today and tomorrow. Please join me in giving one more well-deserved round of applause for Lynn.
I've been wanting one of these forever.
That is, yeah. I mean, gosh, man, you sounded like a kid in like A Christmas Story. I've been wanting this forever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Now, if you would allow us just one more small little indulgence. Actually, this is for the class. At this time, I'd like to invite Alexis up to say a few words.
Hello, hello. These last 4 months, the 24 of us have went through the same climbs, the same long days, the same challenges, and we became a close, hardworking group. And every single one of us has earned our spot here today. There's someone who supported that journey, Lynn Jenisek, our training manager. He wasn't always front and center, but he was always checking in, making sure things were running right, and making sure that we stayed on track. Since this is Lynn's last year before retiring, our class wanted to give him something meaningful to remember us by. We cut a piece from one of the poles we all trained on, and we signed it. It's a small piece of where we spend our time, but it represents all of us. Lynn, thank you for your time and commitment you put into this program and helping us get here. We hope this reminds you of the last class you guided. Congratulations on your retirement, and congratulations to Class 24.
Know what to say other than what I've already said, but thank you guys. Just thank every one of you for allowing me to do whatever I could to do stuff. I don't know. I'm not. These have meant so much to me, and I hope it means as much to y'all as it does me. Thank you.
All right, ladies, last time, I promise. So thank you. Thank you all so much for letting us do that and being here with us to experience it and allowing us to have our moments as well as you guys. Thank y'all. It means a lot. At this time, we'd like to invite everyone to come, get with your student, get with your loved one, get with your family. Please feel free to come over to the edge and let's have some cake and some punch and talk about the last 15 weeks. Please feel free to use the backboards and stuff to take your family photos and things. The bus should be back here about 2:15, Lori? Yeah, 2:15. We'll let you guys know. And then at that time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to load up the bus. We'll head back down to the hangar and we will do our final climb with the class. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate it.